thank you for being on the show,
Hey,
taking time out of your day
yeah,
to join me on Tip Your Bartender. Please, made it fantastic. Blueberry mint, non-alcoholic sour.
yeah, yeah.
There we go.
Halfway done. Thanks.
Mhm.
Thanks for having me, man. I appreciate it.
Likewise, man.
Yeah.
Thank you. First questions first, man. You ever been asked so many questions that I'm about to ask you?
Maybe.
Maybe. We'll find
Maybe.
out.
Yeah.
We'll
Maybe.
find out. We'll,
No.
we'll, we'll see.
No. No. Let's see.
All
I'm
right,
excited
man.
though, man.
There we go. So people know you from asking questions on the street.
Yeah. Hope so.
How long you been asking questions for?
We just passed 2 years.
2
Yeah.
years.
So January 6th was when we made our first man on the street interview
Wow.
video.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. We just passed 2 years.
Oh, that's fantastic,
Yeah.
man.
Yeah.
And I did a little deep dive on your Instagram,
Oh, nice.
and I noticed that you didn't directly start your page asking questions. I saw that before you were into photography.
Yeah, yeah, it was. Yeah,
Yeah.
I still am. But yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
So my question is, how did that transition go about from, a page perspective and then like a personal perspective going from I'm doing photography, this is my niche to I'm going to ask people questions.
Yeah, man. Photography was like my first dream, you know. Every time I watched or saw like this documentary or saw like some portrait of a photo, like I always just thought about how it felt to take that picture and
Mhm.
capture that picture. Because even though that's someone special on the side that we're seeing, there's somebody else not being seen that's like super fantastic at their job. Da, da, da. So I fell into love with the idea of like this whole photography thing. Um, but then I was paying bills with my
Mm.
photography.
Mhm.
I was doing concert photography. I was doing all this kind of stuff. And I started to have kids. Me and my wife
Mm.
started to have kids.
Mhm.
And honestly, bro, I fell into that trap of thinking I needed a big boy job.
Okay.
When in reality, if I would have just taken the photography by the cojones and just
Mhm.
ran with it,
Mhm.
I would have probably been okay. But instead, I had to give up the photography, but I always had those connections, to be
Right.
around certain people
Yeah.
of whatever this stature. So I was like, man, I got to see what I can do with this. And
Uh-huh.
then you see people doing the man on the street stuff whenever you go on your phone,
Yeah.
and then you
Yeah.
think like no one's doing it here in San Jose. So then that's when I was like, all right, I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna start doing it,
Mhm. Mhm.
and then yeah. So it wasn't really the smoothest transition from photography to man on the street. I was also making like I started to make like dad life
Okay.
reels as well,
Uh-huh.
but yeah. So it wasn't like the smoothest transition, but like that's kind of how I went from point A to point B. Was like I just gave up the photography because I wanted to become more of a father
Okay.
and all this, make more money.
No, I mean, it just sounds like you put family first over,
Yeah.
maybe like a passion that was making you money, but you have this bigger picture of, okay, this is what I need to do now
Yeah.
to be able to provide for, people that are important to you.
Exactly. Yeah.
So then with that mindset, you kind of were like, what was the mindset behind like, okay, I got to do this for my family. Now let's do this for myself.
Yeah, yeah. That's a big thing.
Mhm.
But yourself is gonna sound cheesy and corny, but when you become like a parent and a father, yourself, you are your kids.
Mhm.
You get what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Because you are a version of them essentially, and they're a version of you when they go out into the real world. That's why, like when I growing up, when I would get in trouble in school, my mom would always say, "They're not thinking you're a bad kid; they're thinking I'm a bad mom."
Oh.
She would always say stuff like that, and like I was
Yeah.
like, no, they're not. But then you really think like that, you're like, dang, where's this kid kind of coming from? So, with that being said, I took that leap of faith
Mhm.
of saying, okay, let's be selfish and try to do this.
Yeah.
Okay. But if it doesn't work out and we don't meet certain numbers and
Mhm.
certain things,
Mhm.
then we have to go take it down a notch
Mhm.
and let some air out of our head a little bit. You
Okay.
get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's where I
Yeah.
was at
Uh-huh.
because I had these big dreams. I had these big ideas. I had these big um, things I wanted to do.
Mhm.
But if I'm spending more money on equipment, if I'm spending more money on paying someone to film for me,
Mhm.
whatever, it's not going to work. So we had to find that balance.
Yeah.
So we set goals for ourselves, like one of our very first goals was like if our video doesn't hit 10K
Mhm.
views at once we start getting to that point,
Yeah.
then we're not going to ask that question again or waste our
Okay.
time doing stuff like that. If we
Yeah,
go to
yeah.
this city and ask questions and it doesn't really pop off, then we're not really gonna
Mhm.
go and do it. So really, it's just being calculated. Becoming selfish was just like taking that leap of faith, but then also you had to tone it down and understand we had to hit these requirements
Mhm.
because if not, then we have to scale it back.
Right. Right. Asking questions on the street. Your very first question, to the best of my knowledge, January 6th, 2024, Don Edward Lino. You asked Sharks fans about Mr. Don Edward Lino.
Shout out.
Uh, what was the inspiration behind that question? And um, were you yourself surprised that there were some fans that thought he was a real player?
100%. Because now you're seeing it pop up. A lot of people do it with like the Peter Griffins or
Mhm.
whatever.
Mhm.
But no, it's just funny because I don't know where I seen it, but I'm sure I saw it somewhere. And then, living close to the sharks, I'm like, is there any like cartoon characters that we
Mhm.
know of, And then sure enough, Don Edward Lino from Shark Tale,
From
and it's not
Shark
just
Tale.
a good name, it sounds like a hockey
It
name,
does,
right?
for sure.
A- And so I'm like, this is not gonna work,
Yeah.
And we go out there, me and my cousin and Kevin, and we try it, and we ran with it, and then we did it, and then the response, what we got from the response was like, oh dang, this is sick, and we wanted to do more of it, um, and then and then we eventually took it to Levi's and did it with
Oh
the
my
Niner fans, but yeah,
That's hilarious, man.
yeah.
Because even, like, when I was doing the deep dive, I was like, "Huh." I would probably be bamboozled myself if somebody came and asked me, because, like you said, it does sound like a legit player,
Yeah,
man.
so
I've heard wackier names in the NHL for
A
sure.
100%, yeah. So that's why we're like, let's just see what happens. I mean, it sounds like a good name, but the Sharks fan base
Mhm.
is pretty hardcore as
Mhm.
far as like knowing their stuff.
Yeah.
So it wasn't like we just initially like got it right away. We did have to ask maybe a couple people to before we actually did, start getting the yes responses. But shout out to Martin though, because he's actually like the second guy in that video, and he actually became like somebody like I talked to on the regular.
Oh,
And
nice.
it's actually kinda
Heck
insane.
yeah,
Yeah,
that's exciting, man.
so shout out to him, yeah.
Well, you and I went on the street. Well, you invited me out on the street to ask a question, and that was super cool. We asked people what the best bar in San Jose is, and what was cool to me, something that I realized was like it takes a lot of work to get people to answer a question
Yeah, it does.
on camera,
100%. 100%.
which I was surprised about. I'm not gonna lie. So, how long are you usually out on the street asking questions until you feel like you get enough content to post?
Uh, well, like I was saying, it's like a job,
Mhm.
So I do hire the camera guys 2 hours for
Mhm.
2 hours. If
Okay.
I have to extend it, I'll extend it. If we only work an hour and a half, like last Friday, I got 3 reels done in an hour and 15 minutes.
Wow.
I paid the guy for 2 hours.
Mhm.
We leave. I don't care. You can keep that. That's cool.
Mhm.
I'm not I pay you we pay you up front. So
Yeah.
essentially we pay the camera guys to come out for 2 hours.
Mhm.
We try to get, I don't want to get the sauce out, but
No, no, no,
yeah,
no. Keep some secrets to
yeah,
yourself.
but we try to stay out there for 2 hours and get a minimum of our content
Mhm.
out there, because a lot of people will tell you it's all about quantity over like the quality as far as social media posts go,
Mhm.
and that's not really entirely true because and then some people will tell you different quality over quantity
Mhm.
as far as Instagram posts go.
Okay.
Like if you're trying to become a creator, a lot of people will tell you post 20 times a day.
Yeah.
No, dude. Don't
Okay.
post 20 times a day. You're gonna become annoying.
Mm.
You know what I mean? Not
Okay.
creative or not a creator, in
Mhm.
my opinion,
Mhm.
And it also depends on the content you make. But
Right.
like for us, like I would like to go to 2 times a day to
Mhm.
the max.
And that's just post specific, or is that also including, like, stories
No,
and
just post specific on the
okay.
page, like,
Okay, okay, okay.
and it's cool, like, I like it, but yeah, going back to your question, sorry,
So, it's all good.
yeah, we treat it like a job. We go out there for 2 hours. And then, you know, sometimes we have to sit there, bro, and put it in the into the editing software and cut it out ourselves real quick right there because
Mhm.
we need a minimum 60 seconds per reel
Okay.
most of the time.
Okay.
Now, if you see a reel we have for 30, 40 seconds, whatever, that's because the question is just very lighthearted and we're not really expecting it to go
Mhm.
super crazy. It's
Mhm.
not so controversial. It's not very engaging as far as comments go.
Mhm.
So we'll keep those to 30 to 45-second ones. Now, the ones that are very engaging and that you've probably seen like on FYP, your FYP page or someone sent to you or
Mhm.
whatever, has a lot of the comments.
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
Okay.
This is the best bar in when we did.
Yeah.
The one we did very well.
Yeah.
And people have their opinion on
Yeah.
what bar they want and this
Yeah.
and that, right? But going out there, you asked how many people, and how many more people told you no than yes,
Oh, man,
you know?
it was pretty astronomical. I would like I said, like, I was shocked, man, and maybe that's just because, like, I create content, so I have no problem being in front of the camera, like, if I were a personal bystander, you came up to me with the light shining in my face with a microphone, I say, "Give me 15 seconds, I'm ready to go."
100%,
You
yeah.
know? But that's just my mindset.
Mhm.
And I think yeah, there probably is more people that are maybe camera shy, don't wanna be on camera, XYZ, but it was a lot of fun. Like,
Yeah.
I got an adrenaline rush and I was only out there for maybe, like, an hour,
Mhm. Yeah,
um,
it's amazing.
but it was cool, and then, like you said, when you released it, I was like sometimes sometimes I'll just sit and watch the numbers grow.
Mhm. Yeah, yeah, exactly, yeah.
And, that's for me, like, social media is the part that maybe, like, I dislike
Mhm.
because it is a numbers game when
Sure,
you create the content,
sure.
but then I'll just be, like, all day just, like, refreshing, refreshing, like, "How is this doing?"
Yeah, of
You know,
course. Of
XYZ.
course.
But it's fun what you do, so
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. So yeah, even though we treat it like a job, it's still fun to
yeah.
go out there, do what we want to do, ask what we want to ask, you know? Like we don't work for no major company
Right.
that's like super official, like, you know, we're not doing any of that. If I
Mhm.
want to ask you how much you paid for a ticket, I'm going to ask you how much you paid for a ticket,
Yeah.
you know?
And you do things super quick, like, when the Niners were playing at home, you were asking people game day, and
Yeah.
you had it released by the time the game started.
100%, but the reason I do that is because and this is not saying anything. There's been people creators out there that have done this before,
Mhm,
that have gone to Levi's and made the content. But the content that we make out there, a lot of people you're starting to see now pop up in our
mhm,
area and do it. Now,
mhm.
when we go to the Niners game, we see a lot of people do that, and we see some people ask the same questions as us.
I see.
Now, you can ask the same question as me. I don't care. You can use the same microphone as me. You can use the same iPhone as me. You can use the same camera as me. Whatever you want to use, you can use. But the thing is I like to be first with the questions, you
Right.
know? And there's even been bigger creators that have hated on me because they said that I've taken their idea, but that's because we've dropped it first before they have.
Mhm,
You get what I'm saying?
mhm,
So in my opinion, slow feet don't eat.
mhm.
So while everyone is there getting their interviews and then probably joins the tailgate or is driving back home, I hop back on the light rail with my 7-year-old daughter who just recorded that video, and I connect to the VTA Wi-Fi and I edit that video and I post it before I get off the train. And it's nothing to say it's like that. It's nothing to say it like that. But my point in saying it like this is that stand in the same spot as me.
Mhm,
Use the same questions as me,
mhm.
but you're not gonna drop it before me, dude,
Right,
because Imma drop it 10 minutes after I ask these 10 people.
right, and I think that even, for viewers, I can only speak for myself, but it's like, that is remarkable because I'll watch your videos, I'm like, "Dude, like, the game just started and you already got a video out,"
Yeah,
where,
yeah.
to your point, like, some people are probably waiting maybe till, like, the next day.
The next day, see if they win or enjoying the game, da
Mhm.
da da da. I don't care what the excuse is. You're not gonna be the first one to post it. And I'm not saying this to be an asshole, and I'm not saying it to be like cocky, and I'm not saying it to be like this, you know. But like the last podcast I went on, I was a little too nice, and I was a
Okay.
little too giving, and a
Yeah.
little too like whatever. And
Mhm.
now, like it's like, nah, bro, like do it. I don't care. You
Mhm.
guys can go and do all that stuff, but you're not gonna be the first one, whether you're a big creator or a smaller creator. The thing is I want to be the first one to put it
Yeah.
out there.
Yeah.
And you know, and like that's the thing is like I'm just being real and genuine.
Mhm.
That's all, you know what I mean? And so I follow other creators who do man on the street stuff, and you know, like I try not to copy them or anything, you know. Um, but so that's why we release it like that, and that's why we kind of have that mindset to do it like that too, you know. And it's hot.
Mhm.
It's hot. Everyone's at the game. Everyone's watching the game at home, whatever, you know. So
Quick little halftime show for
heck,
everybody, you
yeah,
know?
you know. And the prices were a lot, bro. They were $350. Who's gonna pay $350 for a regular season game? Can you imagine if they would have played in the playoffs here at home?
Oh, it'd be nuts.
So
Be nuts.
yeah. So we like to do that. Sorry, I got a little amped up right there,
It's
but
okay.
that's
It's
because
okay.
fucking, you know, because recently it's been a big thing lately,
Mhm,
you know,
mhm, mhm.
especially at Levi's. Yeah, no, I mean, yeah.
Mm. Well, I mean, you know, I'm in the mindset where, like, be cutthroat. Like, if this is something that you wanna do, this is something that people expect, then you have to go that extra mile,
Mm-hmm.
and that's what you're doing.
Mm-hmm.
Like, clearly, like, I don't know anybody else that's gone to VTA using their Wi-Fi and then posting the video right then and there.
Yeah, yeah,
So,
yeah.
it's but then again, those are kind of like those minute small details that people don't see, people
Mm-hmm.
don't know about. It's the
Yeah.
grind.
Yeah, exactly. It's the grind. And so, you know, and it's a competition. Like you would be stupid if you didn't think it was a competition
Mhm,
between all these other men on the street people. I love them. And
mhm,
I think that San Jose needs more man on the street stuff.
mhm,
But the thing is, if you're gonna pick up the man on the street stuff, you need to become original and you
mhm,
need to come up with other questions, you
mhm.
know? So that's what I'm talking about,
Okay,
you know? So yeah.
we love it.
Yeah, sorry.
No, it's
Took that
don't be
took
sorry.
the lid off that a
Don't be
little bit.
sorry.
Yeah,
No,
sorry.
this is why we do this.
Yeah,
This is
let's
what we're
go.
here
Yeah,
for,
that's what I
and I'm
wanted.
sure people wanna hear your perspective, and so no need to be sorry at all, man. This is realness. This is what this show is all
Yeah,
about.
good,
These
good.
are the type of answers that I want people to give me.
Yeah.
Like, I don't want people to be fake up on here.
Yeah,
Like, give
exactly, yeah.
me some realness. That's part of being a bartender is like, therapy sessions.
100%, 100%.
So
I didn't
let
think
it
about
all
that.
out. Like,
Yeah,
it's okay.
yeah.
Speaking of playoffs, maybe a sore subject, but since we're in the midst of this, Packers, man,
Yes.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I know, it's okay.
I'm sorry. We're both in the L column, though. Me being a Carolina Panther fan. Ah, I just gotta ask, man, how was the sting for you? Are you still hurting?
Oh, dude, it still hurts. Ah, yeah, it hurts, bro. It hurts. It's like it's hard to put into to words, bro. You know what I mean? You
Mhm.
should see the group chat right now between
Uh,
me and my cousins that are
yeah,
Packer fans.
yeah.
Thing is that I have a trip planned to Green Bay in November.
Oh, okay,
Okay.
okay.
I'll tell you this right now, and I'll tell the people watching. If Matt LaFleur shows up as our head coach next year, I swear to you, I will not go to that trip. I
It's
promise you. And I will not watch a game on television. I'll watch it on my box score phone. And I have not missed the game in I don't even know how long. I don't even know. When my kids were born, I watched the games.
oh
Like,
man.
like I don't miss a game. I don't miss a game. And the best way is shout out to Zach's and Best Barrier Food and Chris. They invited me to go to this spot to go eat at
Mhm,
that day.
mm,
And I was really thinking about going.
mm.
But then I was like, no, I can't because, it goes against my
Like,
whole
yeah,
thing,
it's your ritual.
Yeah. But the best way I can explain it to everybody is if you've ever seen the movie Fever Pitch
Mm,
and Jimmy Fallon is the big Red Sox fan
mhm,
and he brings Drew Barrymore I think it's Drew Barrymore to his house, like for the first time. It's like Red Sox everything.
mhm. That
Literally my house with Green
Oh,
Bay.
wow.
So it's a very sore subject.
Yeah.
It makes my palms sweaty.
Oh, man.
I freaking hate these guys right now. Oh my god, dude. Uh,
I'm sorry, bro.
but fire Matt LaFleur, dude. That's all. End of
That's
it.
it. We'll
End
put
of
it
it.
in the
And the kicker
hashtag.
obviously should have flown home on Spirit that day. Honestly, but getting rid of a kicker is the easy thing. It's
Yeah.
firing the head coach is a hard part. And
Oh.
right here is the crossroads. You either fire him or he's going to stick around forever, like Mike Tomlin is in Steelers.
Mm,
And we all saw
mhm.
what happened last night with them. Fire that guy, or I'm not going to Green Bay either. You know?
Football.
Oh God,
Football
drives
brings
me
out
nuts.
the true feelings.
Oh man.
I was I was pretty shook, because I had some money on Green Bay.
Yeah, I
um,
can't even imagine that part either.
you
Yeah.
know, and I was asking my boy, I was like, "How's the game look?" He's like, "Green Bay's got it, easy." I was
Mm-hmm.
like, "Cool." And then
Yeah.
I got home and I was like, "Huh?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
What?"
Yeah. I instantly went outside, took the flag down. We have an inflatable like Green Bay Packer
Yeah.
guy. I unplugged it. I mean, excuse me, is absolutely sad. I turned the TV off. I wanted to chuck something at my television.
Oh my
You ever seen
goodness.
those
I've
viral
seen them.
videos?
I've seen them.
Like I literally was like, that's so fake. That is so fake. That video is so fake. Oh my god, it almost became like reality. Like
Yeah.
I was like, oh my god, I almost became one of these viral like memes.
Yeah.
You know, like, it's just devastating. But you know what? That needed to happen because, like I said, we got to fire the coach. And if you
R
don't fire the coach now, well, when are you going to fire him?
Right.
Right? When are
Right,
you going to
right,
fire
right.
him? I
Yeah.
mean, your friend who's probably not even a Packer fan said, "Oh yeah, they're going to win." Everyone thought they were going to win.
Mhm.
People who don't even have television thought they were going to win. They're just listening to the game.
Yeah.
Thought they're going to win.
Yeah.
You know, like
Uh,
this shit is ridiculous. Yeah. Thanks for bringing that
thank you.
up. Fire Malafleur, dude.
Let's
Oh my
let's
god.
we'll see what happens, bro. I'm sorry to get you all riled up like that.
That guy.
I'm a Panther fan, so, you know,
Yeah.
we'll
And then it's not just the playoff loss; it's you lose to the Bears, right? So
Right.
It's Giants losing to the Dodgers,
Mhm.
right? It's just the biggest like slap in the face ever. You know, it's the worst. The Panthers, even the Niners, like these are teams that are like, well, the Panthers are building.
Yeah.
The Niners are injured, have
Yeah.
holes everywhere, still finding a way to win. Panthers finding a way to the playoffs in the same division as Tampa Bay, and yeah,
Absolutely
so
bananas, man.
yeah, we'll see.
Let's just talk about something lighter. How did you even become a Packers fan?
Yeah, my older cousin.
Okay.
Yeah, my older cousin. He just babysat me when my mom was at work and stuff.
Mhm.
So, he's just kind of like influenced by that. But him and I were the only ones in our family that were Packer fans
Mhm.
until my sister. Until my sister was born, and then
Mhm.
yeah, she
Mhm.
became a Packer fan. So it's just really us three.
And do you have any I've heard that fans of the Packers are the owners of the Packers.
Yes.
Do you have
Uh,
any
I
stake?
I don't have steak, but my older cousin does.
Oh,
Yeah. So,
okay.
but it's just a piece of paper. You just pay for a piece of paper, but I mean, it'd be cool
It's
to
still
see.
cool to have.
It'd be still cool to.
Only because I heard the wait list is like 4 years to
Uh,
own a piece of the team. I could be wrong.
well, usually they don't open it up. Yeah.
Oh,
So usually
okay.
they don't open it up. I think it's like because at that time they just opened it up like maybe like 4 years ago or like
Oh,
3 years
okay,
ago.
okay.
Yeah, where they give you an option to buy the thing. Yeah.
Oh, interesting.
The season tickets
Yeah.
now are like years, bro. Like I
Oh,
think someone
really?
just got their season tickets this year that was waiting like 16 years. Yeah.
Whoa.
Insane, yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
So,
cheers to them.
yeah. And it's so one of the most historic fields
Mhm.
in the world,
Mhm.
not just the country, in the world, you know? And so
Hey,
I really want to go in November. So
have you made a trip out there
Fire Matt
before?
LaFleur. No.
No, you've never been out there.
Never been there. I've seen Packers play Chicago when Aaron Rodgers threw to Richard Rodgers,
Mm.
our tight end. He had
Mhm.
his career high game there. Richard Rodgers did, and they beat the shit out of the Bears like they always have my whole entire life until last Saturday when Matt LaFleur just pissed it away, dude. Oh my god! But yeah, I've gone to see them play everywhere else but Green Bay.
Oh, man. Then, yeah, we gotta get you out there. That
Fire
that
Matt
that
LaFleur.
that'd be, fire Matt LaFleur. I
Yeah,
wanna see
dude.
I wanna see you out there. I don't want you to miss that one. That's an important opportunity right
Yeah.
there.
So we're supposed to go in November, and yeah, we're supposed to take the whole family.
That's good. Good, good,
Matt LaFleur could ruin that whole thing.
good. I'm curious to know, so you're following on Instagram and TikTok. What do we have here? As far as my notes go, you have 11.6 thousand on TikTok.
Uh huh.
You got 14.5 thousand on Instagram.
Yeah.
What is your end number goal by the end of 2026? What
Uh.
are we reaching for?
Yeah. Yeah. So right now, and the goal for Instagram is 30K.
Okay.
Okay. Because that was the thing too. Is like my wife when we hit 10K, she like did the balloons and all that
Mhm.
shit. And I'm like, oh, that's cool. But like once we hit 10K, I was already thinking 25.
Mhm.
You get what I'm saying? I'm like,
Mhm.
the next goal is 25. How do I turn 10 to 25 now?
Mhm.
By doing the same shit,
Right.
because
Right.
I don't want it to become repetitive. Da, 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 da. Probably get to like 20 to 25K ideally on TikTok,
Mhm.
you know. But to be honest with you, bro, I'm so unk status. I am never on TikTok. I am never on TikTok.
Yeah.
Never, dude.
Yeah.
I post and I get off. I don't even know how to use that.
Oh,
When I'm
wow.
like operating, I'm like, what? How do I see who I follow? Like,
Yeah, 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 yeah.
I'm the worst at it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm kinda, like, in that era myself now to where I think I just use TikTok to post.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
My wife is on it all the time, sending me reels and whatnot, and I feel bad because I have 2 pages. I have my personal page, and then I
Sure.
got my content page. My wife and even my brother will send me so much stuff on my personal page,
Yeah.
and I've noticed now that I use my personal page a lot less
Mm-hmm.
than I do my content page.
Yeah.
So I'll go there after like a week and I've got like 50 videos sent to me. I'm like, oh, damn, I gotta go through all these and watch them because if I don't, I feel bad.
Mhm. Yeah, exactly. I know.
Oh, it's crazy. But like, how have you managed to have just about the same amount of followers on each platform?
Yeah, is just keeping it the same, uniform.
Hmm.
You know what I mean? Like I don't but the thing is the only difference between Instagram and TikTok is the post times. Other
Right.
than that,
Okay.
very rarely there's like a few nuggets that are on Instagram and not on TikTok or vice versa.
Okay.
If you know, you know.
Yeah.
You know.
I don't know.
Yeah, so if you well, it's just like if you know what videos are on there, then
Yeah.
you know. If you don't, like our Nate Diaz video, I never put it on TikTok.
Oh,
I
okay.
only kept it for IG.
Okay.
Not for anything purpose wise. It's just how I
Just
felt.
right. Right. Right.
It's
Right.
just like
Right.
I felt like this would do better in my Instagram
Yeah.
and just keep it on IG. Da, da, da. So there's only so very very few posts are like that. For 95% of it, it's all uniform.
Hmm.
So that's where I try to keep it like that. Yeah, and I probably have less on TikTok because I don't follow anybody on TikTok,
Hmm.
unfortunately.
Hmm.
Like I just
It takes like follow for follow kind of thing.
yeah, I don't know, but
Interesting.
you know,
Huh.
yeah,
I mean, yeah, little pieces of the puzzle that you gotta plug in. And I only ask because like I found it so hard to keep people engaged on all platforms, you know?
yeah. It's weird, but TikTok blew up for us first.
Mm.
So TikTok blew up for us first before Instagram did.
Mhm.
Then I remember the same thing. I remember like how are these fools not following the Instagram either,
Mhm.
And we just had to keep going at it, keep
Yeah.
going at it, keep going at it. And then IG just had like this surge of followings, like
Mhm.
boom, hecka crazy, like month after month after month.
Mm.
And it was just like it felt good, but then like TikTok now is like
It's just like
going,
stagnant, you
yeah, I was
know?
like, wait, what's going on here?
Yeah.
Like right now, I'm very stagnant on my TikTok right now. Very, very, very stuck in the middle right now.
Mhm.
Very in like that's a big thing we're going through. And it's shitty because it's the beginning of the year. You want to start off
Yeah.
hot. And right now it's been a little dead
Yeah.
on TikTok. So
Yeah.
last night, me and the wife were just game planning at the analytics. If you're a creator, look at the analytics. It's your best friend. That's the biggest thing I could tell you as far as trying to keep it the same and following the same and the engagement the same, and it's also a different crowd, I think, on TikTok
Yeah.
than on Instagram.
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
You got I'm just hearing like you talk about your wife in your content creation career, so to say. You guys a team on it or how's
Yeah,
that looking?
yeah. So if you message me, text me, DM me, or whatever, bro, I'm sorry. I am the worst. I am the worst person to text or to DM. The
Yeah.
worst. The worst. I don't know how. I can't respond. I have ADHD out the ass. I'll respond to like two messages and think that I responded to like,
Like everybody.
everybody. I'm like, yeah, like I can get back to work or get back to the kids or
Yeah.
whatever. And then honestly, I'm not even on my phone. I
Mhm.
I kind of just when I get home, I try to like chill with the kids or whatever. Or if I'm on the phone, I'm watching some YouTube
Mhm.
stuff. What was the question again? My bad.
Just you and your wife being
Oh
a team
yeah.
and doing
Yeah,
this
my bad.
together.
Yeah, so I don't respond. So I had to have my wife take over the communications as
Mhm.
far as emails and stuff like that,
Mhm.
because we were like getting reached out by restaurants, and
Mhm.
like she's like, look at all these messages you have, and I'm just like, dude, like
It's a lot to keep up with.
I don't it's like I can't keep up with it. And like I wasn't really trying to do it for all that. Like I was just out
Mhm.
here doing the street interviews, and that's all I really wanted to do. Like I didn't think about working with like other clothing brands or other
Mhm.
things, like, all this other stuff. So like all these collabs that you see us do, like mountain mics, almost everybody, like besides the earthquakes, my wife has kind of set that up.
Wow,
Yeah.
that's
Like
awesome.
she has sent the, emails out. This
Mhm.
is what we do. This is our services, da 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 da. And then also she takes care of the babies when I go out.
Mhm.
Well, yeah, she takes care of the babies when I go out and record on the
Mhm.
weekends. My oldest is still awake, but most of the time my two youngest ones are asleep by then. By
Mhm.
the time I head out,
Yeah,
but she's taking care of the baby. She's holding down the fort while I'm out there.
it's
So
good.
yeah, we're a big team, bro, and
It's good.
yeah, we got big plans for 2026. Yeah,
Good. Good, good, good. And I also notice, part of your little squad is I see your daughter a lot.
yeah.
And my question to that is, was that something that you maybe always had in the back of your mind to have going on, or does she know that you're the guy that goes and asks questions, or is that just something she was like, "Hey, I want to go with you and do this"?
Yeah. Well, the thing was is that she always watches YouTube, right?
Mm-hmm.
And every year we for the last 3 years we've gone to VidCon, which is a
Mm.
convention,
Oh yeah,
a YouTube
I know.
convention
Yeah,
in
VidCon's nice.
in Anaheim. So right, so I'm down there, and I'm taking her, and these kids are freaking out over the streamers, this and that. So I told my daughter, you're watching these people. Why don't you do it?
Mm.
Why
Mm-hmm.
don't you go and do it? And then one day she brought that up to me because I'm on there. I'm
Yeah.
watching people interview people. I watch a lot of Nardwar. I watch a
Oh yeah, yeah,
lot of
yeah.
Nardwar.
Okay.
So, Dad, why don't you do that? Why don't you go, like, why don't you ask it? So then, like,
Mm.
so then you're like thinking like, oh shit, okay,
Yeah.
and then as we started asking questions and doing that, I was like, nah, my kids are not coming out here, because you see at the VidCon, you see a lot of these parents pushing their kids to do this
Mhm,
shit.
to, like, be a superstar?
And I'm like,
Something like
whoa,
that?
bro, like that shit's weird. And before, if you and when you go back on my content, you've seen that I made a lot of content with my first daughter,
Mhm,
like watching the Packer
mhm,
games, or like doing something, stupid,
mhm.
like some stupid dad life reel. But yeah, 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 that's
Yeah,
yeah,
that
yeah.
answers
So
that, that
yeah,
answers that answers
yeah,
that.
but no, yeah, she just wanted to go out, I guess, after we were at a garage sale, and shout out to this lady. Um, she actually saw me at San Pedro too last time,
Mm.
but the very first time I ever got recognized was in front of my kid,
Oh,
and that was like one of the biggest, like, I didn't know if I wanted to do it anymore, because that also was like my kid was like, I want to go out there, I want to,
yeah,
da 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 da.
yeah.
So yeah, we were at a garage sale, and she's like, is your name Derrick? And I was like, yeah. She's like, you ask questions, son. And I'm like, yeah. She's like, oh, I love the videos. Da, da, da. And my daughter's looking at me like,
Like,
ah.
"Ah."
Yeah.
Uh,
So yeah, And then at VidCon, one of the streamers, I grew up with her, right?
oh,
And my daughter watches her.
okay.
Yeah, and so, I introduced, my daughter to her, and, like, that also lit a thing in my daughter's, mind,
Yeah, yeah,
to go and do it. So yeah, so now that we're bringing her out more now, it kind of fits with Derek the Dad,
yeah, for sure.
stuff like that. She records, a lot of people like it,
Oh, that's
they're like,
awesome.
"Oh, that's cool," so
'Cause now we know who's behind the camera.
yeah, sometimes, yeah, yeah. And then sometimes she'll ask questions. Like we went out to Oakland, she asked questions with us,
Mhm.
Yeah, she's cool, bro.
It's gotta be fun, man.
Yeah, she's a
It's
little baller,
That's
yes,
good.
so she's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's tight.
So
Shout out
just
Rhoda.
just, I don't know, man, like, we're not young, so I guess my question is, like, dad life, man, like, what are the best parts of dad life? And then vice versa, do you think are some of the biggest challenges?
Yeah. The best thing about that life is it's like an endless reward.
Mhm,
It's like love, natural love. They don't know the mistakes you made in your life beforehand. They don't know who you were beforehand. They
mhm,
don't know anything like that,
mhm,
um and so, like, it's really cool. And so like that's one of the best things. And then also like with your wife or whatever, like you're forming another bond in a
Mhm.
team. And like
Mhm.
you could be really good boyfriend and girlfriend, husband and wife, but like becoming parents with somebody is a game changer. You know what I mean? And you have to learn how to buckle down and do that. So becoming a dad is also like becoming a better partner
I
as
see.
as well.
Yeah.
So you and then you ultimately just become a better human, in the end of it all. So I just think that the having babies brings the in my opinion, brings the best out of a lot of people.
Mhm. Mhm.
I had a lot of things that I was dealing with before I had my babies that I was able to let go of
Mhm.
and let be because I had not because I had this little human there. It was
Right.
just natural
Yeah.
that I had this human here
Yeah.
that I wanted to get rid of this stuff here. So that was it. And one of the biggest challenges is staying away from those things.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? Like,
Mhm.
is staying away from certain things that maybe you shouldn't be doing or going places you shouldn't be going as a
Yeah.
father. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? But something I always say my biggest challenge was as having kids was my mouth.
Oh.
I have the worst mouth, the worst like, I swear like
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
It's one of my New Year's. I don't believe in New Year's resolutions, but my daughter's like, Dad, this year try not to cuss.
Oh,
So
wow.
we're trying not to
Okay.
cuss,
Okay. Okay.
because I'm not gonna say, oh, I don't cuss in front of my kids. I cuss whenever I want, wherever I want,
Right, 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 right.
and so it's very So that was one of the biggest challenges of having the baby was like watching the
Watching what
words
you
you say
say.
and stuff.
Yeah.
But no, I mean, I would just say the hardest thing about having or the toughest thing about having the kids is when you're tired, you can't take your break.
Yeah.
Like
It's just like another job,
yeah,
you
like
know?
it's yeah, and something like I work 10 to 12 hours a day, and I come home from work. My kids don't care.
Right.
They don't even know if I worked 10 minutes that
Right,
day.
right,
They don't
right,
know.
right. Yeah.
They just want pops to go outside, be goalie while they kick the ball,
Yeah.
and that's it.
Yeah.
Like it doesn't matter on any of that. You could feel sick, but you have to get up because you need to use that sick day in case your kids are sick,
Mhm.
or in case you
Mhm.
need to use it for your kids or whatever the
Mhm.
case is. So yeah, I mean, having kids is a big blessing in the end of it all, but it's also like a big lesson to be learned throughout the whole time. Like that's another thing too. Like I bet you your parents are still learning because they never had a 31 or
Right.
32-year-old kid.
Right.
Or because
Yeah.
you're a kid to them. My kids,
It's crazy to think about.
you right, and
It's
so
crazy to think about.
so it's like they're still learning. Like that's the thing. And it's just always evolving. I
Mhm.
guess you could say.
That's important.
So yeah,
For sure, man.
I think that's one of the best things about parenting. Yeah,
Damn.
yeah.
There's so many perspectives like I don't think about.
Hmm.
'Cause it's like, well, what you said about, like, my mom, like, it never occurred to me, like, damn, like, I'm still a kid to her.
Crazy,
Like,
right?
well, I'm 32 years old.
Living in your own
What?
place. Yeah,
But I
exactly.
get it,
Hmm.
and I think that's probably something that parents always hold on to is, like, "That's my kid,"
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah, and they're very proud. Then like that's another thing too is like parents are very proud of their children.
Mhm.
Like doesn't matter what they are, or who they are in this world. Like they raised you,
Right.
and if you're a good human being, they're very proud of who you are. You
Mhm.
know what I mean? And
Yeah.
so, and so yeah, yeah, it's weird because I even think about it like that too. Because like I'm like sometimes talking to my mom, like she's like my coworker or my
Right,
friend,
like,
like
"This
I'm
is
like,
just my friend," you
I'm
know?
like, yeah, I'm talking to her, and then she's like trying to like, trying to get me. I'm like, oh damn, yeah, I gotta remember I'm her kid,
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
dial it back. So
Right,
it's
right,
weird
right.
to think about, but it's true.
Yeah,
And I
no,
always tell
no,
my
no
daughter
doubt.
the same thing. I'll pick your ass up if you're 30 years old. If I can
Mhm.
still carry you, I'll
Mhm.
carry you like a
Mhm.
baby. I do not. You're always
Yeah.
gonna be my little kid. So
And I think too with that, it's like something I forgot who brought it up to me, but I was like, your kids, like you how do they phrase this? Your kids have known you their whole life,
hmm.
whereas you've only known your kid
Yeah.
not your whole life,
Hmm.
for
Yeah,
sure.
exactly.
And I just thought that was wild to think about, like literally, like your kid could say, like, "Yeah, I've known this person for, at my age, like I've known my mom 3 plus decades."
Hmm. Yeah, exactly.
crazy to
Yeah,
think about.
crazy. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly.
Like, I haven't known anybody that long, you know?
Exactly.
So it's just dang, dude, thank you for putting that perspective into the universe for
Yeah,
sure.
yeah, yeah. I mean, it's definitely real. You
Yeah,
know, it's real. So listen to your mom and dad out there.
for sure.
You know.
They got a lot of wisdom, I know
Yeah.
that much.